I'd been gone for 3 weeks on an overseas contract, and by the time my plane touched down, I was ready for nothing more than a quiet night on my ranch. But as I scrolled through my emails during the taxi ride home, I found a shocking message. From my attorney, the HOA had legally transferred ownership of one of my parcels, a 40-acre stretch of waterfront, to a developer for a planned community expansion. They claimed my extended absence meant the land was abandoned, which was absurd since my property taxes were paid years ahead. I drove straight past my own house and went to their office, only to be told by Karen, the smug president, that the deal was done and that the neighborhood's growth benefits everyone. What she didn't know was that the land in question wasn't just any piece of property. It was part of a federally designated training area under a long-standing lease with the military. A lease I managed personally as a retired colonel. Within an hour, I made a few calls to old contacts, and by the next morning, military vehicles were parked at every entrance to the neighborhood. A polite but firm notice was delivered to every home. Effective immediately, the area was under federal control pending investigation into unlawful property transactions. Residents were allowed to stay temporarily, but the HOA's board members were escorted from their office and barred from entering without clearance. Karen's confident smirk evaporated when she realized she wasn't dealing with a county clerk, but the Department of Defense. News crews showed up by midday, catching footage of Humvees stationed outside the HOA clubhouse while federal agents combed through files. It didn't take long for investigators to uncover that the sale wasn't just illegal, it was part of a larger scheme Karen had been running, flipping small parcels she didn't own to pad HOA funds she controlled.
Ow.
By the end of the week, the developer backed out. The deed was restored to me, and the entire HOA board was under federal indictment. The military maintained oversight of the area for months, which meant Karen had to request clearance just to get to her own home. A delicious bit of irony. Now, when I walk along that stretch of waterfront, I can still see the spot where their future community center was supposed to be. Instead, it's a quiet field with a single posted sign: federal property, keep out.